this Friday we got a very, 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 very special. The tea was hot.
Yes.
Visual from Jada and Will Smith, and they broke it down. She broke it down. She talked about her.
She tried.
Entanglement.
Oh yeah, she almost didn't fully.
So okay, so we all seen it. Even our camera woman, she was talking about it while we were setting up.
I think it got like 14, and I think it's at 14.8 million views just on Facebook alone.
Surprised it's not at 1 billion.
And you got a point.
I'm surprised it's not even further, because I was in a barbershop watching it, and I'm looking around. Other people was watching it too, crazy. And they not even cutting hair. Like, it was crazy. But I got a question for y'all.
Yeah,
I got a question. Of course, you could tell Will Smith is definitely hurt from the whole situation. I'm pretty sure y'all get that. But my question is, he said, "I was done with your ass."
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Ladies first.
Is he saying like this was already happening and he found out or something?
Take us through how you feeling.
Didn't it? It happened years back. That's what Jada had said. It happened already.
I think like 4 years back.
Yeah, I guess he's reminiscing that he was really going to leave her and be done with what they had going on. That's what I get from it.
Got you. Yeah,
it opened up wounds.
Yeah, he was, the way he looked hurt.
Oh,
yeah.
He definitely looked hurt.
Well, my whole thing with it, because I watched it. Basically, one thing I will say, because we nowadays in the climate that we're in, you got to preference your comments very wisely.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is I salute Jada and Will, because people have been dragging them on social media. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna get our jokes in.
Yeah.
But I must say, after looking at Will and Jada, because I consider myself a deep person, I think Will and Jada are very, very far in their marriage. And what I mean by that is, if you would have asked me, not even like, I'm 28. If you would have asked me or anybody, are you okay with seeing someone that you love talk to someone else?
Yeah.
Possibly have sex with someone else and still be okay with it and still love them and still everything be okay? I'd probably be like, hell no.
Yeah. Nah, they came back from that though.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure he was sick for a minute.
Yeah, obviously. But one thing I will say is that the key thing that Will and Jada have in their marriage is communication.
True.
Because they both, that whole red table talk would have never happened. Like, some people would probably, like some dudes, if they didn't know about it, like, it's not like Will came on there and said like, yo, like, me and her been knew about this shit happened years ago, which shows me Will and Jada communicate. There was no cheating going on.
Yeah.
So that's a positive step. Like, a lot of stuff you hear nowadays, whether it's all the stuff that go on Real Housewives, like, you'll probably see some shit blow up where it's like, oh, I caught his phone. It was a text message. Who's this bitch? So, like, the fact that Will and Jada, like, and I tell people, like, communication is very important. Will found out that Jada was okay with this, and she was like, yo, I'm okay with that. And that's all that really matters, because at the end of the day, there's no rule book. You can't go and purchase a book on marriage nowhere.
No.
That's just someone, whoever it is, that's their personal feelings on it. Yeah. So the fact, I'll salute Will and Jada to an extent. I'm still gonna get my jokes in later on, but I'm gonna salute them from the standpoint that they came together and they realized, yo, like, are you okay with this? And are you okay with that? And they did it. And I mean, the only reason why I think Will was hurt that he had to relive this shit all over again on a public platform. No one wants to go through that, bro.
It's none of our business.
Yeah, and I said last night, it's all fun and games until your whole shit is brought to the front, to the front floor.
Yeah. The red tape.
But it makes it's just a whole weird situation all around. In some sort, I would say, to me, because the way she was explaining it, I know we spoke last week. You said like she's free-minded and things like that, but it's like she's like in her own bubble, the way she was like describing it. And then it made me think like certain things she was saying, like how he cut, like August cut her off. So I'm like, okay, so if he didn't cut her off, like,
wait, how she cut him off?
Like maybe she was going ham on him, and he was like, yo, you still got the situation, you know, with your family or something like that. Maybe I just need to cut that off. Maybe that's why that happened like that. But that as well. And then if this happened years ago, remember when Will just got on Instagram and everything?
Yeah.
What if like it was during that time
That's
and he
what
was
I was thinking too.
like all that incredible shit that he was doing with the film crew and the Grand Canyon and all that?
That's probably
what
what
if
it
that
was.
was like, yo, I need to stop thinking about what's going on at home. Like what? Like what if
that
that
was
powered
split.
that?
You got a point, because Instagram, social media has been out for a while. Like shit, I was on MySpace back in the day, so Will probably.
But he just hopped on like pressing
a couple of
knobs.
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's probably what it was, because that's about in the last 5 years when he was really out there jumping off cliffs and
Right?
shit like that.
yeah, full production crew, like 3 drones in the air. Like
Yeah, so I mean, you got to get your mind off it somehow. Like no one, I mean, if you really care about an individual, you don't want to. The best way to get over something is to do something else or to be around someone else, which is what Jada did.
true.
So even though they both knew about it, nothing's wrong with that. So I mean, that to be honest, looking back on it now, it really makes sense why you started seeing Will have much more free time on his hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But it makes sense.
And you know he was busy. Like, I mean, Bad Boys took a while to come out.
Yeah.
And I think he was working on other projects as
I remember
well.
Focus came out not too long ago. I still haven't seen that movie yet, but I'm a real big Will fan. I think before Focus or after, it depends on whatever you want to say. I remember Hancock was in not too long ago. What else he was in?
Nah, Hancock was a long time ago.
Well, I think that was like '08. But like when you think about, was it 7 pounds? Oh, Concussion. Concussion was another one.
Yeah,
Concussion, Focus,
Yeah.
Bad Boys 4. I forgot what came before Concussion, but I usually try to go see all Will Smith's projects. Because at one point in time, I remember they said Will Smith was like the first actor with 8 movies that I think like was at the top of the box office or something like that. At one point in time, I forgot the exact stat, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
His first like consecutive movies to be like some shit.
So do you believe that, like, I mean, I know they did that, the Red Table Talk, and they talked about everything. But do you believe like like after that interview, like they're good, they're really good in real life? Or was that like another just like, all right, we done did this interview, I'm going to Vegas and you're going to
Yeah, 'cause
wherever.
they probably
like,
wouldn't have done the interview if August didn't say what he said. It probably would have just. But then it became our business,
True.
so they had to come out and talk about it. Well, I mean, because at the end of the day, we don't really know. We don't know. I mean,
We don't.
maybe he looked like he was still hurt from when we were watching it. It looks like there's still some healing that needs to be done.
And how do you feel too? I have a question about the blessing. Like, it didn't look like Will Smith gave no blessing in that interview. So like, it's like, I get, okay, we all knew August was telling the truth, obviously.
Yeah.
To an extent, because you got a point, yeah.
To an extent. But now it's like, but the blessing part, I don't see that happening. It don't, that from what I feel, it don't feel like Will was like, yo, like, yeah, nah.
You know what I think
It
happened?
don't seem like it.
This is what I think happened.
Then he was like, I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get like, and he was adamant about it. It wasn't no joking.
They've been getting each other back, to be honest, if they separate.
All right.
Yeah.
Now looking back on it, when you just said what you said, this is what I think really happened. I think since Will and Jada, we've all heard rumors from years ago that they've been in an open relationship. I think what August means to say is, I think Will gave his blessing to Jada and Jada gave her blessing to Will. And August is just saying what he heard from her, which is we're both in an open relationship. She came to him and she probably hit him. It just hit me now.
That's a good point.
Yes,
That's
what
a
she
good point.
what she probably said was, because if he been to the house, he's cool with Jaden. It probably was like he knows Will.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, like, because think about it. If Jada Pinkett rolled up to your front door right now, or you were talking to her and she tried to pursue you on a serious level, you'd be like, yo, like, are you and you know? So
Yeah.
I think what she said was, no, like, we're seeing other people, yada yada yada. We're going through we're going through you know people's favorite line, we're going through some stuff right now.
Yeah.
So I think August took that as what it is, the blessing to do whatever he needs to
like
do.
it was
Because
okay.
if you're separated, you're separated.
Yeah.
You don't gotta talk to Will to talk to Jada if Jada's telling you herself she's single.
True.
So I think that it just hit me now. I think that's what that was. I think Jada told him, yo, like, me and Will are going through something right now. At whatever time, however she said it. And her and August had a relationship. And whatever happened after that happened after that.
Yeah.
But obviously you can see Jada still has love for Will, and, you know, they got kids and yada, yada, yada. Which is why August has to know,
Yeah.
you know, like, how far can this go?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, I think that's what August means to say. I think that's the truth to the matter behind the blessing.